Hey guys, welcome back to Nerd Owl Mode. I am bringing you another fashion-y, makeup-y video. For those of you who don't know, I love makeup. This is not a channel dedicated to makeup. This is not a beauty guru channel or anything like that. Makeup just happens to be a large factor in my life. I enjoy collecting makeup. I just ordered the Jaclyn Hill Becca Champagne Glow Face palette. I can't believe I got it. Like, happy birthday to Caitlin. I love wearing makeup. I love everything to do with makeup, so I figured I would include it in my lifestyle channel because this is my lifestyle. I'm actually wearing almost none of the products that I'm about to mention on my face, which is probably poor planning on my part, but in all honesty, I was just playing around with makeup and then I was like, you know what? Tomorrow's Friday. I should film. So here I am. Let's get into it. So this is actually a tag video. So I'm going to tag some of you lovely ladies, but I also tag all of you to do this. This is the what if all of my makeup disappeared and I could only repurchase 10 things? Or I can only bring 10 things on a desert island. What am I going to bring? That sort of thing. So essentially these are 10 products that I would go to the store. If all of my makeup disappeared, I would go to the store and I would get these products and I would feel like I had a full face of makeup on and like I could live, you know, a month with just these products, that sort of thing. I'm going to kind of try and go in the order that you would put your makeup on, if that makes sense. So you generally start with a primer. If you're not a primer gal, that's cool, but I am, so I use primer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is the oil-free one, and this is the pore minimizing one. So it doesn't have a very silicone or dimethicone feel to it. It feels kind of like the Benefit Professional, but this one mattifies so much more than the Benefit Professional does. I would 100% repurchase this, even though this is expensive as anything. Like, I think this little thing cost me like 16 bucks. Yeah. The next thing is foundation, and I have been trying out different foundations for about a year. I have a bunch of foundations that are drugstore foundations that I bought, and my skin has kind of been changing and stuff like that, so I've been trying to try some new ones. But by far, the best foundation I have ever used is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This is the 24-hour one. This says it has a demi-matte finish, and I am in the shade 101 Classic Ivory. This gives you the most flawless look to your skin. And at the end of the day, it is like luminous, but in like a good healthy way. Like you don't look like a flat doll face all day long. Your skin does change throughout the day. Again, I am very, very oily on my T-zone, so if you're dry, this is going to have a different effect on you, or if you're like slightly oily, this is going to have a different effect on you. But most foundations that I wear, I look like an oil slick at the end of the day, even with like setting and baking and all that stuff. Like, it's intense. Like, I can wear this foundation to the club and it will not move. It stays put. I love it. It doesn't have a scent, which I know is maybe a weird thing, but like some foundations have like a weird scent to them, or like a floral scent. But I love this. It's lasted me a long time. It's a good foundation. The next thing that I would buy is setting powder. Again, I'm very oily. I need powder to set my foundation. Even if I use like a cream to powder foundation, like I need to set it with powder sort of thing. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade Porcelain 110. I absolutely love this foundation. As you can see, I have hit my little penny pen right in there. It barely has any coverage, but it's so like soft and finely milled. It can be a little bit powdery, but I find that that's really good for absorbing excess oil. So like when I leave the house, I might look a little bit like a cake face. Just gonna be honest, a little bit, kind of like a powdery mess. But within 30 minutes of me wearing my foundation, I look like awesome and like airbrushed. I'm like, yes. The next thing that you would generally do when you were getting everything ready is your face. So this is the NYX contour kit. I'm sure that everybody has heard of this. This is just their regular like professional contour kit. I absolutely love this contour kit. I actually heard about it from Shanixo on YouTube, who you've probably heard about because she has like 2 million subscribers. So you go girl, you're rocking it. Now the reason that I would get this contour kit over other contour kits is because it has cool and warm shades in it, which means that, and it also has highlighters and setting powders. So this one right here, I've also rearranged my contour kit to how I use them. So when I go and I basically put the warm powders together and the cool powders together and then the setting powders together and then the highlights together, because I use the highlights simultaneously. Like when I'm using them for a highlight, I need to mix them because one is too frosty and the other one is too dark. So if I mix them together, it creates the perfect highlight on me. The cool tone, the light cool tone, this one right here, I use this one to contour, and I will mix this one right here with a little bit of this one up here to bronze. So you literally have, oh yeah, and I use these two to set underneath my eyes. I normally use more of this one, but if I'm more tan, then I can use the banana powder in here. If you also, like, if you're super pale, then you will be able to use this highlighter like no problem. It is gorgeous. Again, if you're a little bit darker skinned, you'll still be able to use this palette, and you'll also be able to reverse contour with it. So if this powder isn't dark enough for you to cut out your cheekbones, you can do the opposite and put a light powder here and up here and essentially reverse contour. I'm sure that there's tons and tons of videos, but basically these powders are just so good and I really enjoy them. This is one of the palettes that I would definitely recommend getting. Next is cheeks, and I actually had a bit of a hard time choosing, but I eventually settled on this blush. This is the Milani Baked Blush in 01 Dolce Pink. Can't see it very well in the container. Looks like this. I really like these Milani blushes. I really like the rose blush better, but mine died a horrible death, so I cannot show it to you, and I wanted to give you products that I had right now so that I could swatch them for you. But basically, if you can get your hands on the Milani, one of the Milani rose blushes, those are beautiful and gorgeous and amazing. But I also love the baked blushes. Obviously, everybody loves Luminoso. Luminoso on me it's a very pretty blush, but I can only wear it when I'm tan. Otherwise, I wind up looking like an Oompa Loompa. But this blush is gorgeous. It reminds me of the Elizabeth Arden blush. I believe it's in the shade Romantic, I think. But this blush is just so beautiful. It looks like it's going to be like super chunky and shiny, and it's not. It just like provides the most beautiful glow, and even for me, with somebody with oily skin, and I still enjoy that like lit from within glow. So I use this. You can use this as a blush topper, or you can just use it as your blush. I just use it as a blush because it's very pigmented. I absolutely love these. The Milani Baked blushes also come in tons of shades. You have shades all the way for very fair ladies, all the way to dark skinned ladies. Like, there are some really bold, beautiful, dark blushes. So they're just absolutely lovely, and I definitely recommend them, and they're not very expensive at all. The next item is an eyeliner. I am not one of those people who does dark, smoky eyes all the time and like wing liner and stuff like that. I know obviously I'm wearing it today, but this is not the norm. I was just like, let me play around with makeup. So when I was choosing an eyeliner, I think that eyeliner is so important to define the eyes, but I also think it's very important to have a good nude eyeliner. I think this is one of the most underrated products that you can have, and a lot of people just don't pick them up and use them a lot. So I think that having a good nude eyeliner is amazing. This is the one that I've been using for a while. This is just the Maybelline Color Show Kohl eyeliner. Obviously it's in the nude shade. It is super creamy. It stays on my waterline for a pretty long time, and I also love the fact that I can put this on and it's not gonna get like goopy and like go into like the corners of my eyes and like smudge and smear like a lot of black eyeliners do. I think it makes me look more wide awake. I'm also very into that daytime glam look, so that's kind of what I go for on a daily basis. So I absolutely love this eyeliner. I would 100% repurchase it. The next item also has to do with your eye space, and this is actually a new discovery for me. I'm technically going to mention two products here, but if I had to pick one, I would pick this one. This is the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Mascara in the shade 01 Blondie Brows. They have two shades. They have this one and they have a dark brunette one. Obviously my hair is not to the point where it still has warmth to it, so I technically also I use this one, and then I go over very, very lightly with the L'Oreal Brow Plumper in the blonde shade, because that one is very, very warm. This one is very, very cool. So I mix the two because obviously my hair is growing out, so I have a lot of warmth down here, but my natural hair color is cool, so you know, eyebrows should match your roots, that sort of thing. So if I had to pick one, I would go with this one because the wand is itty bitty and I like how compact it is. This is great for traveling and it really sets your brow hairs in place, and it's, again, it's very cool, so it looks very natural on my brows, but both are equally good. I think this one is like $2. Like $2 for this, and how can you not? How can you not? The next thing is, actually this one is a mascara. It is a travel size mascara because my full size one is dried out, so it is in my empties bucket and I honestly didn't want to go and scavenge through it. This is the Lancome Hypnose Mascara. This is the best mascara I have ever used in my life. Ever. It is $32, I believe. Actually, I think it's more. I think it's like $39. It's expensive for a mascara, especially for an item that you're going to be replacing every 3 months. This is, like I said, is just a little travel size tube of it, but I wanted a physical representation of the mascara, so here it is. This is the last item that I have. This is item number 10, and this is the eyeshadows that I would repurchase. I chose a palette because obviously palettes are normally more bang for your buck, but also I love this eyeshadow palette. This is probably, quality-wise and most versatile wise, is my favorite. The product itself is amazing and I love it. I cannot get enough of it. I love the fact that it has a small mirror in here so that when you're doing your eye makeup you can just look at your eyes. I love the fact that you can still see it. This is the L'Oreal La Palette Nude 1 palette, and on the back it also has the shades and it has 4 different eye looks for you to do, which I think is really, really amazing and really cool. I love these shadows. It also comes with a brush. My brush is just in my brush holder right now, but the brush is actually actually decent. It's very good for, I use it for underneath the eye because it's a very slender brush. So I use it for like smoking out the lower lash line, and it's actually really, it's good quality. I think that this is like 25 bucks and you get 10 eyeshadows in here. I just absolutely, I think that these are so versatile. There's great transition shades. It goes from, if you're super pale, you could use this. If you're dark skin, you can use this. Like, it doesn't matter. Everyone can use this. The colors are going to look beautiful on you still. There's highlight shades, there's shimmer shades, there's matte shades, just everything that you can use. You can use these dry, you can use these wet. You get so much out of this palette. I absolutely love it. Just love this palette. I love it so much. Now I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you are a makeup lover like me, please give this video a thumbs up because you're my family. You and I are best friends now. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and make sure that if you want more videos like this, or if you have been enjoying my daily vlogs, that you subscribe. I will talk to you guys again on Monday. Bye! Mosquito, go away. Why do we do this for makeup? Why? What drives us to do this? Because I go to the club so often. Such a loser. Anyway. I just saw my life flash before my eyes. Trust me, replace your mascara every 3 months. Don't give yourself an eye infection. I'm watching you with my uninfected eyes. Congratulations, you've just gained somebody who will like come over your couch and eat your Cheetos and annoy you for like 5 hours and then leave. Doesn't that sound awesome?